Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I am exquisite. I have literally never felt better in my life. I've never felt more connected. I've never felt more centered. I've never felt more sure and in control of my vibration. I am going to do my best to put my experience into words for everybody. And then I will also give you guys some guidance that I was given to, my higher self is coming in and speaking to me and allowing me to see kind of like different variations of reality that are going on right now. And bear with me because this is all new and I am going to try my best to put my experiences into words. So, since the eclipse, I have reached a new high in my frequency. And this heightening in my frequency has completely shifted my reality. And this shift in my reality is huge. I mean, it's everything. Everything is different right now. So some of the things that are different right now. Well, I'm different. So we'll get into that in just a minute. I am definitely different. But one of the things that's really standing out to me is my surroundings. My surroundings are so different. The earth is fifth dimensional right now, but most people have their eyes on very third dimensional things, whether it's having to go to a job you don't like, or communicating with somebody who's at a different vibrational frequency than you and not being able to hold compassion towards them, or feeling obligated to do something and not being able to control your thoughts around it, hence falling into that trap of feeling bad, whether it's 5 minutes or whether it, turns your whole day upside down. So there's just a lot of things that are shifting right now, but this particular thing right now, I know to be true, and that is that Gaia is of a fifth dimensional frequency at this time. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know how this is all going to transform next, but if you take a minute and you look at around you and you tune into nature and, and I'm talking like nature, undisrupted by human nature. If you're looking at the clouds or if you're connecting to the trees and the grass, they have a vibrancy about them that they didn't have before. There's a life to them. There's a communication to them. There's an energy to all of the things in nature right now that weren't there before. And I know this is because I've shifted into a new reality because of the fact that my vibration has shifted. And my vibration shifted because I chose to stay stable. And I chose to stay stable during some times when I normally would have given myself the excuse of, oh, this is hard. But instead of going there, I decided to not let that be hard, and I decided to let the vibration of my knowingness and who I am be more dominant than the vibration of the situation that I was being handed. So that really changed me. So what I'm noticing is that, this morning driving down the street, I noticed it's like so with the eclipse, sorry, I'm channeling and I'm getting information about what to talk about. And so I apologize for the pauses, but there's a lot of, I have a lot of communication going on right now compared to before. Before I thought it was constant because I was in constant communication, but this is like nothing I've ever experienced. I mean, this is like instantaneous telepathy with my higher self in the now moment based on every single changing thought. If that makes sense. Like I said, guys, bear with me because I'm trying to put these very new experiences into words. So, but what I'm trying to explain right now is the newness of our environment. I think Gaia really shifted during that eclipse. That eclipse did something energetically to our Earth, and our Earth is now vibrating differently. Our Earth is now vibrating at a very high frequency. So as I'm driving to work and I observe with non-attachment the things that are going on around me, I'm able to see the third dimensional life going on. And at the same time, I'm also able to see the fifth dimensional life going on. And it's just like, it's like being in a very neutral space and seeing both sides of the coin, you know, seeing duality from a very broad perspective. Because there's definitely a non-attachment there. I'm definitely living in a fifth dimensional energy. Since this eclipse, I've changed, you guys. I don't know what this is. This is what I do know. I have embodied myself. I have embodied the fullness of myself. I have grounded it into my being, and there's no turning back. I am living a fifth dimensional frequency right now, and it's like a knowing inside of me that I have that I've never had before, where I know that this frequency is locked in. Whatever I've been, I shouldn't say whatever, because I know exactly what I've been doing. So all of the consistency and all of the meditations and all of the deliberateness and intentful choice making that I've been doing regards to my life and my thoughts and my belief systems, and working through things that no longer serve me, and really looking at my life and my choices and my thought patterns from that broader perspective, and thinking to myself, you know, does this serve me now based on who I know myself to be now? You know, and being very cognizant of that. And that has really shifted. I've also started to experience something else. So I am very light. I'm very light. I have this sensation 24/7, and I was told by my guides this is because I'm adjusting to my new frequency. But I'm very light. I have this constant feeling of dizziness almost, but it's not in my body, it's in my energy. I'm very detached from my body almost. You could almost say I feel like I'm floating above my body in all moments. This isn't something that's fleeting. This is something that has been here for 3 days straight now. This all started to happen around the time of the eclipse. I was assimilating a lot of energies last week. It felt a little bit more energetically overwhelming last week. And then towards, I want to say Thursday, around Thursday is when I really started to shift. So I have this dizziness feeling. It's like the feeling of not being grounded. Okay? When you feel a little detached from your body and you feel a little bit spacey, and you know, a lot of people, when they feel this, they can just run into people, and you know, you're just not aware of your surroundings. But I'm not experiencing that. So I'm experiencing that sort of sensation. You know, that's what I can say it is similar to. But I'm very focused. and I'm very present in the now moment. So when I started to ask my guides, you know, what is this? What is this feeling that I'm having? What is this sensation that I'm having? They were explaining it to me as, I've been completely released from the matrix. I shouldn't say I have been. I have released myself from the matrix. So I am no longer energetically ground into the vibrations of the third dimension. And any of us can do this. This is something that we all have been shifting throughout this time of the eclipse. Now, what is going to hold your awareness in one frequency or the other? Sorry, I'm getting a little dark here because I'm outside. One of the things that's going to hold your frequency in either the third dimension or the fifth dimension is going to be where you choose to place your thoughts, because that's habit. That's not energetics. I mean, it is, because it's your frequency, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. But these are habits that we are either going to choose to let go of and become new and really become new and experience ourselves as new, or this is going to be an energy that you continue to recreate that is no longer serving you, and it's going to continue to feel bad until you shift it. So just be very conscious. If you feel like you're purging a lot, be very conscious. Are you purging energy, or did you shift to this next level of frequency, but you're continuing to hold old thought patterns that are keeping you in the same exact space? Be conscious. A lot of times we label this new energy as something, and it's really not. And because we're not staying in this space of being new every single day, and in this space of self-discovery and understanding that we're becoming, we mislabel something, and then we kind of withhold our own growth. And when you withhold your own growth energetically, that causes these also feelings, you know, that we're labeling purging or being symptomatic of ascension. So just be conscious. Be very conscious of that. Some of the other things that I've been going through is I have not been sleeping at all. I don't know what's up with that. I am zinging until about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm ready to get up and run out the door at 5 a.m. So my body is definitely needing less and less rest. I have that lightness feeling. I definitely feel less dense. And that is putting it lightly. That is putting it lightly. So, and the reason why I'm telling everybody this and want you guys to all experience, you know, what I'm experiencing is because I want you to know that as you continue to let go of the things that are no longer serving you, and you continue to make changes that line up with your growth, as you continue to become more consistent in your spiritual practices and more devoted to yourself and your growth, you're going to experience these things too. I'm not special. This is a part of our ascension. We are all going through this. I think because of my desire, my extremely strong desire, and my extremely strong willingness to be raw and release everything, I think I am just kind of marching a little bit ahead of other people. But I don't think it's going to be that way for long. This is something we're all going through, you guys. And I'm sharing my experiences for you to use kind of as a roadmap. And use your own discernment, you know, decide for yourself what path you're going down based on, you know, whether or not the information's feeling good to you and resonating within you. So, let's see. What else am I going through with this? A lot more telepathy. I mean, the kids I'm working with, I'll know things before they say it. Like, I'll hear their little voice in my head, and then they'll say something, and I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. The rainbow colors, yes. Okay, so this has been really interesting, and this is part of me moving into this new fifth dimensional frequency, this new heightened frequency. My body's still adjusting to it, so I do feel weird at times. You know, yesterday I was experiencing this heightened lightness feeling that I'm using the word dizzy, but I definitely wasn't dizzy. But that's the only way I can kind of explain to you what this feeling is, this adjustment feeling is. But with that, you know, Saturday and Sunday, I was receiving huge waves of energy. I mean, Teresa and I were in the store at one point, and I had to grab onto the cart, and I told her, I was like, I am so dizzy right now. We just had to take a quick break, and we walked down an aisle, and I was able to kind of gather myself. And within minutes, it was gone. But I knew that I was being shifted big time. It's whatever has opened me up into this next level of frequency. This next level of frequency is also allowing me to bring in these energies that are coming in through these ascension waves. It's allowing me to bring these energies in ways that I haven't before. I'm bringing them in much more fully. I'm not having to take, like little bites, you know? It's like I'm getting these huge rushes of energy and then assimilating them rather quickly, with no downtime. I've had a couple, I did get some, aches in my knee yesterday and a little bit today. It's way better today. But I tend to, for some reason, I still have some resistance in my leg. I don't know what that is. I've had Reiki work done on it before. It's just kind of how my ascension shows itself. If I have any resistance within my body, my knee will ache. And it's generally only one leg, and it'll be here and then it'll be gone. So I did experience a little bit of that. But I completely take that into account with me being blasted with energy yesterday at the store, because those are really the only times that I have that happen. So, okay, back to the rainbow light. I'm rambling because I'm trying to, part of me being in this fifth dimensional frequency is that I don't really think a whole lot anymore. It's, how do you say that? Intuitive living. That's what they're saying. That's what my guides just called it. They're saying, tell them it's called intuitive living. So I'm basically out of my mind, right? But no, I'm living purely these last few days with this new frequency that I've shifted in. I'm living purely through my heart center. That's where all of my sensations are. I'm very in control of my breath and moving it through there. But so I'm just going through life from my heart, and I'm not thinking about anything, and I am completely trusting, completely surrendered, and completely in love with this process. And because of that, all of these things are transpiring. The rainbow light, okay? Let's get back to that, because I'll lose it real fast with this no thought practice. The rainbow light has been going on for me for I guess I first started to see this light about 2 years ago, this sort of rainbow sheen. And it started to only present itself to me in the sky. So I would look at the clouds, and the clouds would just have like this rainbow hue. And I would always say to Teresa, I'd be like, look, babe, do you see that? Do you see that? No, what are you talking about? I'm like, "Ugh," you know, because she could never experience that with me yet. And it was just cool. And now it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So now what I'm experiencing is I just don't see these hues of light fractal or whatever it is in the sky. I see it everywhere. And what I noticed is that this rainbow light that I'm seeing, I'm actually seeing it in my third eye. But because my third eye is now so strong with the practices that I've been doing through my meditation, through my chakra work, I can't differentiate whether what I'm seeing in my third eye is real or what I'm seeing through my real eyes is real. I can't separate the two anymore with this light, which is what's interesting. So it's like my third eye is actually becoming vision, if that makes sense. And my skin has this rainbow light in it now. The grass has the rainbow light in it. I see it in the air. The air looks glittery to me now. I still see it in the clouds. I see it in my dog. I see it in puppies, in their fur. I can see it in their eyes. Yeah, I see these rainbows. I just see this rainbow light everywhere. It'll be on the side of a tree. I'll walk down the stairs after doing laundry and it'll be on the wall, or I'll glance down to pick up the laundry and it's in the kids' clothes. And it's not a light like you're seeing a reflection off of something. It looks like that, but that's not what it is. So, that's new and really, really cool. I'm really digging that. Because Auxil, when I first started channeling Auxil back in the day, and I was asking about, signs of the event and signs of the shift, and he was like, well, you'll just see rainbows everywhere. He's like, just very nonchalant, like, you'll just see rainbows everywhere. And at that time I was already seeing them, but I would actually see rainbows like they were a sign. Like I would walk by a book at the store and it would have a rainbow in it, or drive down the street and there would be a sign with a rainbow in it. And I would see stuff like that. And then I would see light reflection coming through windows and leaving rainbows on the floor and stuff like that. That's cool. And, in my mind then I'm like, yes, the shift, ascension, it's coming, it's here. But now that I'm experiencing this, I know what he means. Because I'm actually seeing rainbow light, the rainbow light. The rainbow light of this higher frequency energy. And so that's been really cool too. The other thing is I have just, and I know I mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, but I have never felt better, you guys. I have never felt so alive. Seriously, I've never felt so alive, so unencumbered, so free, and so in love with my life and the people around me. My intention is still to sit down and get into a deep meditative state and do a channel and get some information about these ascension energies, because I know there's a lot going on right now. And I know that I am definitely on one end of a spectrum, and I know everybody has their own process and we're not all experiencing the same things. And that's why I make these videos, because I want you to know the possibilities of this high frequency that we're receiving right now. We all have our days and we've all got our process, but when you hold yourself in this dedicated, consistent place of being and desiring this new you, the energy shows up so quickly. I think so many times as light workers, we're like, oh yeah, I meditate, I do this, I do that. But we go into it as a chore. And if there was one thing I could make so clear, so everybody just really got it in their heart, it would be that it doesn't take long. And if you do the work to not receive something, but to become something, your experiences are so different, you guys. So different. Don't do the work to get your twin flame. Don't do the work to get your job. I'm telling you, do the work to get yourself, because then everything falls into place. And this is amazing. What I am experiencing right now is amazing. Amazing. And I want you all here with me. And I know you're all coming. I know you're all going to be here. But I know also how bad you want it. And I want you to know how easy it is to have it. Ugh. I feel good, y'all. I feel good. Lots of changes. Lots of changes, lots of shifts. Lots of shifts. Everything's new. Everything's new. Open up your eyes today and look around you. Look around you. Tune into the trees. Tune into the clouds. Tune into the flowers. Tune into the birds. Tune into your dog. Tune into your cat. Allow yourself to decide whether or not any of this energy has shifted for you. And the only way we do that is by being an open book and looking around. Love is the answer. You know, when I was younger, I used to write that on my notebooks in school, and I never really knew how true that really was. Even now, you know, people, it's a very new agey movement to talk about love and loving each other and doing all of this stuff. But when it really comes down to it, those same people still get really irritated with other people sometimes, and they get really mad at themselves. And, you know, this love movement, all of it is real, and love is the answer. And when you can figure out for you how to tap into that source energy kind of love, that unconditional kind of love, where it doesn't matter how I look, how I dress, how I act, I'm going to love myself anyway because I'm doing the best that I can, right? When you can kind of move into that space, you're just going to experience things so differently. When you can choose to love every single person in your life or who comes into your life and love them exactly where they are. Not have to change them, not want to change them, not even care if they change themselves, right? I mean, they're on their path. They're creating their life. We all signed up for different things. It's not that, you know, being an enlightened being is the right way or the only way or anything like that. There are so many roads to enlightenment, and they're not all going to look the same. I picked this path. I picked the path of life. Love, I'm sorry. And what do you choose? What do you choose? It's a really good question. Really good question. So I just wanted to place this video up so I could reconnect with all of you guys and tell you about all of the things that are going on with me. I know I really, really wanted to try and get a video together this weekend, but I had a lot of sessions this weekend, and because I had a lot of sessions this weekend, I too received a lot of energy work from everybody I was working with this weekend, and bless them. They were all wonderful. It was just an amazing weekend. It was really amazing to be able to connect and co-create with my tribe. And you're all my tribe, all of you. So thank you all for showing up, and thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing these videos and getting this information out. We're gonna keep doing it. On Wednesday, we have the peak of the Lion's Gate. The energy is going to be extremely high that day. The Lion's Gate energy. This is very transformative, and it's going to be very telling for how the remainder of 2018 is going to play out within your ascension. So on the 8th, if you have time, lunch break, early morning, you know, after coming home, whatever it takes, get your crystals, sit down, meditate. Put your focus very, very, very intentful on what it is you are wanting in this moment. What are you wanting from your ascension? Do you want more ease? Do you want more clarity? It's time to start thinking about these things. You know, a lot of times we just go through this ascension energy and we're so stuck in the what is this, especially in the beginning. We're very stuck in the what is going on with me? What's happening? Why am I changing like this? That a lot of times we forget to put our intention out there, or we don't even know that it's important to put your intention out there in what do I want to experience next? I'm shifting and I feel it, but I need more stability. I need more clarity. I need more peace. And then actively seek those things out and everything will manifest for you beautifully. So there's a lot here, you guys. And for those of you who are needing a little virtual hug, know that I'm giving you all of the hugs right now. Hang in there. This energy is strong. And I know there's a lot of people that feel like they are just sinking in the sand right now, but you're not. And you have tools that will help get you out. And I think there's going to be a lot of relief over the next couple of days. My guides were saying that over the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to be getting a little bit of a break from this energy so that your bodies can start to assimilate all of these shifts that have been happening since the eclipse. Because literally, since the eclipse, you've been shifting nonstop. And we're going to be given a little bit of a breather. So now would be a perfect time to jump back into that meditation practice and make it consistent. You know, now would be the perfect time to start doing that. And, you know, you don't have to meditate. I say this all the time to everybody because I think there's a huge misconception of meditation. You don't have to meditate to shut the mind off. And you don't have to meditate to like shut yourself down. A really great way to meditate is to go in and just connect to source. State your intent right off the bat. All right, I have 5 minutes. I want to connect to source. I want to feel source. And just sit and breathe. And the more you can breathe and focus on releasing, the more source is going to answer that desire immediately and come in and connect. And the more you get used to that feeling of that connection, the easier it is to pull it in the day-to-day moments that may feel tricky, you know, where maybe you're having ascension proofs show up, or maybe you're having your coworkers show up that's not on your same path or not in your same frequency, and you're forced to interact with them because that's your job. You can handle these things from a different frequency when you choose to put yourself in a different frequency by going within and connecting with source. So, lots of good stuff, y'all. I love you guys, and I want you to feel good. And, you know, when I put that message up the other day, I put it on my Facebook and I put it on my Instagram, and I'm talking about hope, and I'm talking about, you know, people that have been on the struggle bus, because I know it's real. I want you to know that I am here to hold the light for you too. And I do that because we're all in this together. And I know when I had my time, there were a lot of people holding the light for me. And you know, that's what we do. It's an energetic exchange, and we're all in this process together. And it's all about releasing the things that no longer serve you and filling yourself up with everything that you want to be. So as long as you can keep yourself focused and dedicated to that mission, your ascension is going to be smoother. And I think that's really key. You know, my guides have been coming in and telling me this now for months and really wanting me to get this message out that, you know, time to stand up, guys, time to show up. We've studied, we've researched, we've learned different techniques and different modalities of healing, and now's the time to use them. Use them for ourselves and use them for others, and share what we know and share what we're learning. That's how we're all going to grow together. So I'm going to let you guys go enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to go enjoy the rest of mine. I love you, and I will be in touch soon, okay? Take care of yourself. Spread the love. Be more consistent. The fifth dimension is here. Okay? I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. The fifth dimension is here. The only thing next is your shift. Okay? I love you all so much. So, so much. We'll talk soon.